Good morning. So Fireplace, it's a spec home, so it's probably a spec fireplace. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it, or sorry, frame it. Okay, so the width of this fireplace unit is 42 inches. So I'm gonna find the center point of this cantilever for the fireplace. 59.5, so that's 29 3/4 to the center. 42, so I need 21 and 42. Measure these, my bottom plates, 8 3/4, 8 3/4. Okay, so top plate, 59.5. Okay, well that makes sense. So I can lay this out now, 8 3/4, just like the bottom was. 8 3/4. Okay, 2 studs. This is 94.5, so 93. I'm gonna go 92 and 7/8. Okay, sill at 42. I'll need 2 scab pieces as well. So this is the sill and the 2 scabs. Okay, so we'll start to install what we have here. Okay, the studs. Forgot 1.5 inches. Okay, I want to come up off the floor, 39. So I'm going to come up, we'll go 39.5, I'm going to come up 41. And then my scab is above that. Okay, now 1 stud in the middle, so this is 42, center is 21, so 20 1/4. $51 7. So I've chosen to use a piece of 2x6 here, only because there's quite a bit of these awkward little pieces that I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to save as much 2x4 as I can right now for my basement. I made the order, hopefully it's all right. So I just don't want to dive into all that 2x4 and run myself short. So the last thing I have to do is I just have to raise this fireplace up a little bit. So this is 42 by 17.5. Yeah, so I'm gonna go 41 3/4 by 17. Yeah, so just to get this bottom of this fireplace just a bit higher from the flooring. Nothing serious, very minor. so I could find a floor truss if I chose. There's one. And where's the other one? There. Okay, we got to put some hand towel and towel bar backing into this main floor bathroom. So here it is. So I'll put toilet paper backing here, probably hand towel somewhere here, and towel bar here. Everything's going to be on the outside wall, I think. I might put hand towel on this side, we'll see. Yeah, I'll put hand towel on this side. Okay, hand towel is going to be up 5 feet to the center. Towel bar is 4 feet. And then toilet paper backing is 2'6". 18 and 19 3/8. Hand towel, toilet paper backing. This guy's at 5 feet. Okay, so we're going to start the basement stairs. Let's get a measurement for how much height we have. We'll make sure it's on the floor. You never know, it might be a block down there. So we're on the concrete. 114.5. Go to the basement. This says up 16 risers. We're going to take 114.5 and divide it by 16. Okay, so 114.5. Divide that by 16 rises equals 7 1/8. 7 1/8, 16 times. So this is on 10. This is going to be on 7 1/8. I'm going to go just light on the 7 1/8. Now we can draw out the steps, or the stringers we'll call it, I guess. And we do this 16 times. Now here, this first one that attaches to the floor system, it's not 10 inches, it is 9.5, because my riser material is 1/2 inch material. So I take a 1/2 inch off the back side here, and when I add a 1/2 inch here, this becomes 10 inches again. Then that 1/2 inch comes down to here, and this is 9.5 until I add a 1/2 inch here. One riser, 2, 3, 4. This is 16, double count. So there'll be a piece of plywood fastened to the back here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now this one, if I set it up on the line, I take an inch off here because my riser material is an inch. So when I add an inch up here, this gets right back to the 7 1/8. Right now, from here to here is 16 1/8. Put this back here. Still using the stair gauges. Okay, now we trace this guy. So I spin it around and I go get another 2x12. Okay, so I'm flushing it up. And trace it. Okay, so I got all the stringers cut. Now we're gonna go cut the plywood. The plywood, I got a piece of 1/2 inch there. And the rest of it is all underneath my frost wall material. So at some point in my life, I do have to move my frost wall material to a window. So I'm going to start that now. Okay, so I got all this material spread here, so now it's actually all ready for the frost walls. And the real time on that, moving all that material, was actually 28 minutes. Kind of long, I guess. So now back to the stairs. I got 16 risers. That means I have 15 treads. So I need to cut those. The width of this is 44. I want to take 3/4 of an inch off either side so that the drywall can slip through. So 44 less 1.5 is 43, 42.5. So 42.5. Now remember that first tread, I took 1/2 inch or inch off of it. So that first tread is actually 6 1/8. After that now, I'm gonna make all my treads 7 inches. So I'm going to add 7 1/8 until I have enough risers. So 7 1/8, 6 1/8 plus 7 1/8 is 14 1/4. 21 3/8. 28.5. Same thing on the other side. 6 1/8, 7 1/8 is 14 1/4. 21 3. 28.5. 30. Yeah, there's my math. We'll redo that. That is 13 1/4. No, I'm literally just going to cut an inch strip out of this mess. 13 1/4. 13 1/4. So I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I made another math error. So instead of relaying this whole thing out, I'm just literally cutting a 1 inch strip out of it here. $35.5. 42 5/8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So getting all my pieces in a place where I can reach them when I start putting it all together. Okay, so I have 3 risers here. This is the one that will fasten the stringers to the floor system, the trusses. So this is the bottom one. This is that one that's 6 1/8. 42.5 is 21 3/4. So I mark 21 and 22.5. 21, 22.5. This top riser, very tricky. The subfloor is 3/4 of an inch. So I hang my tape up 3/4 of an inch. I don't come down 7 1/8 like the risers are. I come down 8 1/8. Again, holding my tape up for the width of the subfloor, which is 3/4 of an inch. Mark 8 1/8. Snap that line. Now I'll mark this 21 and 22 and a half. 21, 22 and a half. That's the top riser and the bottom riser. Here is a middle riser. Mark 21, 22 and a half, 21, 22 and a half. We'll get to this shortly. Okay, now everything is here as far as risers are concerned. Treads, 42 and a half. 42 and a half. Oh, I got that wrong, I think. I got that wrong. 42 and a half, 85 and an eighth. Got that ready, okay. Oh, hold on. 42 and a half. Each tread is 11 inches. So I'm marking 11, oops, 11 and 22 and an eighth. So now, with all the treads, I have to round off the sharp edge. So I got a router all the treads. Okay, so now I got to get the stringers in place here and start putting on those first 3 rises. Okay. And I'm going to change this up. I'm not putting that bottom riser on. I'm going to put another one of the 7 and an eighth or 7-inch risers on. 21, 22 and a half, and so on. Just looks very unsquare. There it goes. Okay, that's better. Looking for my layout. Oh boy. Make sure it's on the line. Okay. This guy's not. Okay, and we'll put this guy in the middle. This stair is a little tricky to install because the way the stairwell falls in the home. I have to build it in the stairwell. I'd love to build it out there and slide it in, but I can't get it in here unless I remove studs. So now I'm going to just roll it up. So this is very important with stairs, is that you get nails in here properly. Now some glue here. Oops. So now roll this guy back down. Tack a few nails at the very top of this riser. I'm also going to put a nail 3/4 of an inch in here from the outside. 3/4 of an inch from the side of the stairwell. Okay, this is the hard part. Actually, I'm going to put more rises on. So glue this. I'm going to leave the top riser out. Okay, let's slide this in. Okay. I can't reach those nails up there, so I'll have to go around. The friction's holding it for now. Crawl myself out of this spot. Okay. So I want 3/4 of an inch on this side. It's got to come a bit towards this side of the stairwell. Looks good. There it is. Okay, so I left that top riser off so I could swing my hammer from below, but turns out that did not work. Okay, so now I want to put 2 pressure treat blocks in between these stringers. So 19, 18 and a half. Okay. I don't want them touching anything because I don't want it to rub and squeak. So I'll cut them a little bit short. So I want this over right there. I'm going to mark this. Okay, so I like to put glue underneath here. Okay, and I'll put glue here. This is where I'll put a block on the floor. Okay, so I'm just going to push it a little bit back from the riser. One. And this guy, same thing. Okay, now I'll put this front riser on. So I'll put a bunch of schmurts here, here, there, up the riser, of course, here, the riser, and there, and then on the floor. Okay, move it over. Yep, standing on it, nailing it into that block. Okay, first tread. So I put a 2-inch back here so that I get the glue to make good contact with the 1-inch. I need a piece of 3/4. Okay, I'll cut this into 2 little blocks. Glue. Okay, glue on both sides of this party. Put it here. Okay, look for the block right there. Make sure you hit the stud. Okay, that side. Repeat. So that's how that looks. You can see the glue schmurtzed out, which is good. Here as well. Yep. that is solid. So I'm going to put a few more nails in up here and the stairs are done. Okay, so that's the stairs. Now we'll move down another level. Okay, so frost walls. Here's my handy dandy blocks that I put in when the floor was being put in, not roof. I mark 1'2", 1'2". Snap the line. And this now is where I'll fasten the top plate to. Now for this side, or sorry, here, come in 1'2" again. Come in 1'2". Now the good news about, not good news, the thing about this too, you need to remember, is I'm working right off my squared foundation. So when I snap these lines and then level them down, that means my basement framing will be square. Okay, so I've gone all around the perimeter, snapped all my lines. However, I realize now I need to remember to do my point loads, like I had talked about. So I know there's point load in this corner, that corner, and then there's some other point loads going on there. So I will deal with that now. So I need for sure one more block at 18 inches for this point load. Same over there. Okay, point loads are done. I'm gonna call it for the day. Thank you for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.